TMTOLOKAN, right now, somewhere in the world, somebody is getting ahead of you. While you're thinking about starting, they're already moving. While you're waiting for the perfect moment, they're creating momentum. While you're scrolling, they're building. While you're doubting, they're deciding. And here's the part nobody wants to hear. They are not more talented than you. They are not smarter than you. They are not luckier than you. They just made a decision that most people never make. They decided to lock in. Not tomorrow, not next month, not when life becomes easier. Now. And maybe that's why this message found you today. Because deep down, you already know something has to change. You can feel it. That quiet frustration, that pressure in your chest, that voice that keeps showing up at night when everything gets silent. The voice asking the question you've been trying to avoid. How much longer are you going to keep living beneath your potential? Because let's be honest, you know what you're capable of. You know there is another version of you, a stronger version, a sharper version, a disciplined version, a version that wakes up and attacks the day, a version that doesn't need motivation because commitment has already taken over, a version that doesn't make excuses, a version that finishes what they start. And every single day you delay becoming that person. The gap gets wider, the pain gets heavier, the regret gets louder. You don't need another motivational video. You don't need another productivity hack. You don't need another secret. You need a decision, a real decision, the kind that changes everything, because your life is not changing because you know too little. Your life is staying the same because you're tolerating too much. You're tolerating distraction. You're tolerating procrastination. You're tolerating average. You're tolerating habits that are stealing your future one day at a time. And the scary part, most people never notice. They don't lose their dreams in one dramatic moment. They lose them slowly. One distracted morning, one lazy afternoon, one excuse-filled evening, one wasted week, one wasted year. Then suddenly they're staring at a life they never intended to create. Listen carefully. Your future is being built right now, not someday, not eventually. Right now, every decision, every habit, every action, every excuse, every hour, every moment, brick by brick, you are constructing the life you're going to live. The question is, are you building a masterpiece or a prison? Because a lot of people are trapped, not because they're incapable, because they're comfortable. Comfort has become the most dangerous addiction in modern life. Not drugs, not alcohol, comfort. Comfort whispers. You can start tomorrow. Comfort whispers. You deserve a break. Comfort whispers. Just one more episode, just one more scroll, just one more day. And before you realize it, years disappear. Potential disappears. Opportunities disappear. The life you wanted disappears. Comfort never attacks. It seduces. That's why it wins. That's why so many people wake up 10 years later wondering where the time went. Time didn't leave them. They gave it away every day, little by little, without realizing the price. And here's the truth most people ignore. You are not competing against other people. You're competing against your lower self. The version of you that wants shortcuts. The version of you that quits early. The version of you that chooses convenience over growth. The version of you that negotiates with goals. That is your real competition. And every morning there is a battle. Nobody sees it. No cameras, no audience, no applause. Just you, standing at the crossroads between discipline and distraction, growth and comfort, action and excuses. That battle determines everything, because success isn't built on big moments. It's built on small moments repeated relentlessly. The days nobody celebrates, the mornings nobody notices, the work nobody applauds. That's where greatness lives, not in the spotlight, in the shadows. Think about the strongest people you've ever met, the people everybody admires, the leaders, the champions, the creators, the visionaries. What makes them different? It's not that they never feel fear. They do. It's not that they never doubt themselves. They do. It's not that they never want to quit. They do. The difference is simple. They act anyway. They move anyway. They show up anyway. Their feelings don't control their decisions. Their decisions control their feelings. That's power. And that power is available to you right now. Let me tell you a story. Imagine two people standing at the exact same starting line, same age, same opportunities, Same dreams, same potential. The first person waits until they feel ready. The second person starts immediately. The first person spends years researching. The second person spends years executing. The first person becomes an expert at planning. The second person becomes an expert at doing. 10 years later, they look nothing alike. Not because one was gifted, because one moved. Action creates clarity. Movement creates confidence. Execution creates transformation. You don't become confident and then act. You act and become confident. That's how it works. That's how it has always worked. Every level of your life is waiting for a version of you that doesn't exist yet. The future you want requires a different identity, different habits, different standards, different choices. You cannot create a new life with old behaviors. You cannot reach new heights with old excuses. You cannot become extraordinary while protecting average habits. Something has to go. Maybe it's the distraction. Maybe it's the laziness. Maybe it's the fear. Maybe it's the people who keep pulling you backward. But something has to go because growth requires sacrifice, always. The question isn't whether you'll sacrifice. The question is what you'll sacrifice. Will you sacrifice your comfort or your future? Will you sacrifice temporary pleasure or lifelong fulfillment? Will you sacrifice excuses or your dreams? One of them is leaving. You decide which one. And this is where everything changes. Because locking in isn't about becoming obsessed. It's about becoming intentional. It's waking up with purpose. It's protecting your focus. It's treating your goals like they matter. It's understanding that every day is a vote for the person you're becoming. Every workout is a vote. Every book is a vote. Every disciplined decision is a vote. Every promise you keep to yourself is a vote. The person you become is simply the result of the votes you cast repeatedly. So who are you voting for? The future leader? The future champion? The future entrepreneur? The future creator? The future version of yourself that you've been dreaming about for years, or the version that stays stuck? Because every day you're choosing, whether you realize it or not. And here's the framework. Simple, powerful, life-changing. Step 1, cut the noise. Most people are drowning in information, news, notifications, drama, comparison, opinions, distractions. Your focus is being attacked every second. Protect it, guard it. Treat your attention like gold. Because where attention goes, life follows. Step 2, build non-negotiables, not goals, standards. Goals are temporary. Standards become identity. Stop saying, I want to work out. Become someone who never misses. Stop saying, I want success. Become someone who executes daily. Identity changes everything. Step 3, keep promises to yourself. Self-confidence isn't built by affirmations. It's built by evidence. Every promise you keep becomes evidence. Evidence becomes belief. Belief becomes power. Step 4, become comfortable being uncomfortable. Growth feels awkward. Discipline feels hard. Transformation feels painful. Good. That's the sign you're evolving. Stop running from discomfort. Start recognizing it as proof you're moving forward. And step 5, remember who you're becoming every day, every decision, every moment. Because when the vision is clear, discipline becomes easier. When purpose is strong, excuses become weaker. When the mission matters, distractions lose their power. Now imagine your life 1 year from today. Not 5 years, not 10 years, 1 year. Imagine what happens if you actually lock in. Imagine the habits, the confidence, the strength, the income, the discipline, the peace, the growth. Imagine looking back at this exact moment and realizing it was the turning point, the day everything changed, the day you stopped waiting, the day you stopped negotiating, the day you stopped playing small, the day you finally decided. Because here's what nobody tells you. Your future self is watching, not literally, but metaphorically. The person you're becoming is depending on the choices you make today. They're counting on you. They're waiting for you. They're begging you not to quit. Don't disappoint them. Don't abandon them. Don't betray the dreams they were supposed to inherit. Fight for them. Work for them. Become them. If you're tired, good. If you're scared, good. Keep going. If nobody believes in you, good. Keep going. If progress feels slow, good. Keep going. Because greatness is often invisible before it becomes undeniable. The seed spends a long time underground before anybody sees the tree. Keep growing. Keep building. Keep pushing. Keep showing up. Because one day the world will see what you've been working on. But before the world sees it, you have to believe in it. You have to commit to it. You have to lock in right now. Not next Monday. Not next month. Not after summer. Not after the holidays now. This moment, this breath, this decision, this is where your next chapter begins. Not with motivation, with commitment, not with inspiration, with action, not with wishes, with standards. Look around. Most people will never do this. Most people will stay distracted. Most people will stay comfortable. Most people will spend their lives talking about what they could have been. But you're different. You didn't come this far just to stay where you are. You weren't built for average. You weren't created to live a life of excuses. There is more inside you. More strength, more discipline, more resilience, more greatness, more purpose, more power. And it's waiting for permission, waiting for commitment, waiting for you to stop hesitating and start moving. So make the decision today, not because it's easy, because it's necessary, not because you're guaranteed success, because you're guaranteed regret if you never tried. Lock in. When it's hard, lock in. When you're tired, lock in. When nobody is watching, lock in. When the results aren't showing yet, lock in. When every excuse sounds reasonable, lock in. Because one day you'll either tell the story of why you succeeded, or you'll tell the story of why you didn't. And that story is being written right now, with every choice, every habit, every action, every second. So stand up, raise your standards, protect your future, declare war on your excuses, silence the distractions, trust the process, embrace the struggle, become relentless, become disciplined, become unstoppable. And when the world is sleeping, build. When the world is doubting, execute. When the world is distracted, focus. When the world is waiting, move. Because your dreams are not coming to find you. Your future is not coming to rescue you. Your potential is not going to unlock itself. You must decide, you must act, you must become. This is your moment. This is your wake up call. This is your turning point. The clock is moving. The opportunities are moving. The future is moving. The only question left is, will you move to, or will you stay exactly where you are? Choose right now. And once you choose, don't look back. Don't slow down. Don't negotiate. Don't quit. Loki, Loki, and build a life so powerful, so disciplined, so undeniable that one day the person you are today won't even recognize the person you became. Act as an elite motivational speech writer for a viral American audience in 2026. And now the moment you've been waiting for. Not the moment where everything becomes easy. The moment where you become different. Because one day, maybe sooner than you think, you are going to wake up and realize something that hits harder than any failure ever could. The years were never the problem. The opportunities were never the problem. The economy was never the problem. The competition was never the problem. The problem was that you kept waiting for permission to become who you already knew you could be. Read that again in your mind. You kept waiting, waiting to feel ready, waiting to feel confident, waiting for the perfect plan, waiting for the perfect timing, waiting for a version of life that was never coming. And while you waited, time moved. The clock never stopped. The days never paused. The opportunities never stood still. Life kept asking the same question over and over. Are you ready yet? And every day you answered with hesitation, but not anymore. Because hesitation has already cost you enough. Think about it. How many ideas did you abandon? How many goals did you delay? How many promises did you break to yourself? How many mornings became tomorrow? How many tomorrows became years? That should bother you. That should make you uncomfortable. Good. Use it. Regret is painful, but wasted potential is unbearable. And deep down, you know you're capable of more, not a little more, a lot more. You know it. That's why you're here. That's why this message is hitting a nerve. Because something inside you is tired of surviving. Something inside you wants to build, wants to create, wants to dominate, wants to become impossible to ignore. The version of you that you've been chasing, that version is not waiting somewhere in the future. That version is hidden inside today's decisions, inside today's discipline, inside today's sacrifice, inside today's courage. The future you is built by what you do next, not next year. And that's why this moment matters. Not because it's dramatic, because it's real. Because years from now, you'll either remember this as another speech you watched, or the moment you finally drew a line in the sand, the moment you stopped negotiating with your potential, the moment you stopped making excuses sound intelligent, the moment you looked fear in the eye and kept moving anyway. Because here's the truth, nobody is coming. No rescue is coming. No miracle is coming. No perfect moment is coming. You are the moment. You are the opportunity. You are the answer you've been waiting for. And if that sounds heavy, good, because greatness has weight, responsibility has weight, purpose has weight, and you're stronger than you've been acting. Much stronger. You've survived days you thought would break you. You've carried pain nobody saw. You've fought battles nobody applauded. You've kept going when quitting would have been easier. Don't tell me you're weak. Weak people don't survive what you've survived. You forgot who you are. That's the problem. You forgot your power. You forgot your resilience. You forgot that every major transformation in history started when somebody got tired of being average. And now it's your turn. This is your crossroads. One road leads back to comfort, back to excuses, back to distractions, back to the life you've already seen. The other road leads into uncertainty, challenge, discipline, growth, the unknown. That's the road champions walk. That's the road leaders walk. That's the road legends walk. And here's what nobody tells you. The road doesn't get easier. You get stronger. The obstacles don't shrink. You expand. The pressure doesn't disappear. You become the kind of person who can carry it. That's the transformation, not a better life, a better you. Because a better you creates a better life. Now listen carefully. This next part matters. 1 year from today, someone is going to be unrecognizable. Why not you? Someone is going to master their habits. Why not you? Someone is going to build the business. Why not you? Someone is going to change their family's future. Why not you? Someone is going to shock everyone who doubted them. Why not you? Why not now? Why keep waiting? Why keep pretending you have time to waste? The days are moving. The months are moving. The years are moving. Life is moving. Move with it. Attack it. Own it. Because one day this chapter will be over. One day you'll look back at this version of yourself. The scared version, the uncertain version, the distracted version, the version still trying to figure it all out. And you'll either feel pride or regret. Nothing in between. Now I need you to feel this. Feel it, not hear it. Feel it. Your future is watching. Your children are watching. Your dreams are watching. The person you're capable of becoming is watching, waiting, hoping, praying that you finally stop doubting yourself long enough to become yourself. This is bigger than motivation. This is identity. This is destiny. This is the battle between the person you are and the person you could become. And that battle ends tonight, not because fear disappears, because your commitment becomes bigger than your fear, not because the path becomes clear, because your purpose becomes stronger than your uncertainty, not because you suddenly believe in yourself, because you decide you're done living beneath yourself. And now, the final truth, the truth that separates everyone. The world does not remember people who almost started. The world does not remember people who almost committed. The world does not remember people who almost changed. The world remembers the people who did, the people who moved, the people who acted, the people who decided. So decide that this version of you is not the final version. Decide that your excuses have expired. Decide that your distractions no longer own your attention. Decide that your future deserves more than your comfort. Decide that your dreams deserve more than your hesitation. Decide that your life deserves more than your average effort. Because the second you truly decide, everything changes. Not overnight, but forever. And if you can feel your heart beating a little faster right now, good. That's not pressure. That's possibility. That's potential. That's your future knocking on the door. Answer it. Because this movement is bigger than one video, bigger than one speech, bigger than one moment. This is about becoming the kind of person who refuses to waste the gift of being alive. This is only the beginning. The next level of you is still undiscovered. The strongest version of you has not arrived yet. The most disciplined version of you has not arrived yet. The most dangerous version of you has not arrived yet. And here's the thought I want to leave echoing in your mind long after this ends. What if the person you're meant to become is only one decision away? Why? And you've been postponing that decision for years. Remember this moment. Remember this feeling. Remember who you chose to become tonight. Because years from now, when everyone asks where it all changed, doll, you'll know. It changed the moment you stopped waiting for a better future and became the person capable of creating one.